How's it going, guys? And welcome to RC Cincy Extras. Today we have the Gel Erupter Z Gel Blaster. This is available at Dollar General. So I was kind of intrigued to see that there. I know they've had other not gel blasters, but Nerf blasters. So it was kind of intriguing. So I figured why not try it out for you guys. I would say this is in a pistol class, and there's going to be a pretty high expectation for the $40 price range because there are a lot of competition in that price bracket. So really quickly on the front, it does tell you it has 2 speed modes, so that's kind of cool. What else? It says fires up to 9 gels per second. That's not bad. An automatic mode, of course. A long battery life. Tells you that it includes 10,000 gel beads. They are eco-friendly, non-toxic, and biodegradable, which is very important. I think just about all of them are these days. So really quickly, it has a 800 size hopper, which this is a pretty standard method. I think you can buy extra bottles like this, so that's really cool. You can have like a belt that has these on there. I think that's available on Amazon. I'll maybe put a link in for you guys. So it just tells you that these balls typically hydrate in 2+ hours. I'd honestly recommend 3 or 4. What else? It talks about the fully automatic and single fire mode, so you can select it. A lithium rechargeable battery, up to 4 hours, which is pretty good for the capacity size. 110 FPS in the slow mode and 170 FPS in the fast mode. So we'll see. We'll test those claims. And ammo capacity is 800 plus. So it may be a little more than 800, but they're telling you at least 800. And it just shows you when you get in the box the content. So you get the gel blaster, the hopper, a pack of 10,000 gel beads, which is really cool. A USB charger. Set of glasses, and then a battery. So not bad at all. Hopefully it performs well, and it does well for that price range. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy. Of course, we will also do the full test in this video as well. We'll try to not make this too long so we can get the test and the FPS counter in here. So let's open this bad boy up. Let's put this knife back up because I don't think we'll need it. So in here you get a USB recharger. This is 7.4 volt output at 800 milliamps. So that's not bad at all. Charge capacity. You get a, this is the part that connects the hopper to the gun. So it slides on. It's very similar to the one I modified and put the UV lights in it. So it'll probably work for this one. That's kind of cool. So I could technically do it to this one. I like that a lot. And it just makes it very common hoppers. The ones from the Starfire XL, from a lot of gel blasters use very common hoppers. So that's really cool. Plus you can buy the extras from Amazon like I mentioned. This is the actual hopper itself that holds 800. It gives you a cap. So technically you can refill them in here. But pro tip, if you buy a gallon jug of distilled water, it's like 99 cents or something, maybe a little cheaper, and you take that 10,000 packet, you can actually dump that whole 10,000 in there because it roughly takes about a gallon to make it. So you would dump those in there, and as they dehydrate, as they expand, because they're dehydrated balls, they're like 1.7 mil, and they hydrate up to the 7.5. It'll fill that jug up, you know. So I think that's a really cool tip. It actually mentioned that somewhere online or something. I read about that, so that's a pretty neat tip. So that is the hopper, and then the battery itself. Open this up. We get a 7.4 volt, 500 milliamp. It is those 14500 cells. So these are ion little cells. You've seen them in other motor cars, you know, e-cigarettes, all kinds of stuff they use these batteries for. It is a balance leads type connector. So this is the I think it's the SM-3P or something like that. So it's the 3, there's a 2, and there's a 4. So the 2 is a lot more common for the gel blasters, but since it has only one lead, they're kind of using this as a balanced lead to charge as well. So it works fine. Okay, so let's pull this up, see if we get anything underneath here. Yes, we do. The 10,000 packet, like I said, get that jug of distilled water, dump that bad boy in there. You'll have a ton of rounds. Cool color. I like this green. Reminds me of the Gel Zone beads, and other brands had them. The Hydro Strike, I think, had this color too. So I like it. Unique color. You get a set of glasses, which, oh, pretty cool. So they're adjustable, so it'll fit a kid and an adult. And they have the side shields as well, so it's going to really protect your eyes. Really cool that they include this. I think every gel blaster should have them just to keep your eyes safe, so I like this a lot. I'll definitely be using these. And then, of course, a quick start kind of manual. Just tells you how to hydrate the balls, how to install the battery, put, you know, the hopper on. Nothing crazy, some troubleshooting stuff. Nothing too crazy, honestly. I will look over it just in case you have any questions, but it's all very basic, and I'll show you guys how to do everything. So let's go ahead and pull the gun out of here, and then we'll throw the box down for a second right over here. So this is the gel blaster. Right off the bat, I like the size. It's a little bit bigger for a pistol, maybe in a sub category like a submachine gun or something, but honestly, I would still keep this in a pistol category, in my opinion, or a larger pistol. The plastic feels good. Feels like a really strong, durable plastic, so it seems like it would take a beating if you dropped it. It looks like some of this stuff might light up. We'll have to see. The barrel looks to be plastic so far. It does have a few switches. So the trigger, let's see the trigger first. The trigger doesn't feel bad, to be honest with you. Then you get these switches on top. So it looks like if I go to the right, it's fully automatic. If I go all the way to the left, it's single fire. Middle is off, is what I noticed. And then you have your power button. Right now, push it, because it does move a little bit, which is fine. But you can tell right now it's pushed in. Pushed in is your full power mode, which is 170. And then if you click it, it pops out. See how it's out further now? That's going to relieve some of that air and make it not as powerful. Supposedly 110. We'll have to test all these claims, but we're going to leave it in the power mode. And then the battery hatch, you just simply pull on this latch right here. It pops right open. Looks like it has plenty of space for the battery. You can see only 2 of the prongs are actually in there to connect. You only need 2 to power it. The outer 2, the positive and the negative. The white middle one is just to charge the battery. So this would be a balanced charger style. So you would just plug this up. It would clip only one way. You'll hear it click. And then, of course, you're going to plug it in and charge this properly. It will have a red solid light, and then it'll have a green flashing light when it's charging, and when it's done, it just only shows the green light. So that's how you can tell it's fully charged. Make sure you fully charge this before you start using it. You don't want to mess this battery up. I don't see why you couldn't find another battery like this. Reminds me of some boat batteries I had that had this style connector. Technically, you could switch the connector and go with other batteries. This is 500 milliamp capacity, so it's not the biggest, but I think it'll do just fine. So we'll go ahead and clip that on. So you're going to want to stuff the battery in. Make sure it goes all the way in. Whichever way it fits all the way in. You want it to be nice and snug. See how snug that is? How it's all the way in there and it's not really moving? And then lay the connector nice and tight in there. And then that way, when you have your gun together, it's not rattling, the battery shaking all in there. You don't want that for the connector to come loose. Now, this piece is going to make noise. Let me hold this piece. You can listen. The battery's not rattling and shaking, so I do like good fitment, good batteries like that. Doesn't seem to be bad so far. And then, of course, you have this connector. It does have an arrow. It only slides on one way. You put it in here, and then you push forward till it clips. You can see they have a clean passage right to the thing, and it looks like the plunger goes all the way back every time. You have to hold it to wait for it to cycle. So as you shoot, it goes back, which does make a difference. Let's go ahead and take off the hopper just to show you what it looks like with this on. So these won't just screw on if you just lightly press. You have to kind of push a little bit, get it in there, and then start turning. Because if you just put it right on top of here, just like that, start turning, it's not going to work. You have to kind of, like, you have to basically push it down to where the first threads are, and then screw just like that. It'll be facing towards you when it's tight all the way. Just get it snug. Make sure you drain all the water out of the bottle and you properly hydrate those balls. It will not perform. Remember, always empty these guns out. I don't care what kind of style gun it is. Always empty them out. Those are dehydrate or shrivel up. Get in there. After you take the tank off, point it in a safe manner and run it a little bit. Make sure any of the water or anything is out of the gun. Then store it without this hopper on. Or if it's clean, you can put it back on like this, obviously. But yeah. So let's go ahead and turn it on and just see what it sounds and looks like. And then we'll obviously charge the battery and then go outside and do the full test. So we'll start out with switching the lever to the left, which only has one, means single fire. You do get a light. That's a cool touch. I do like the fact that it is lit up just to show you that it's on. So let's pull the trigger once. That is in full power mode. That doesn't sound bad. It sounds solid. And then all the way over to fully automatic mode. That sounds good. I like the way the mechanism sounds. I think it sounds decent. Doesn't sound all rattly and messed up. Don't know if you can adjust it, the tension and the pinion or whatever, but it seems to be good. Now, I like that light. I thought more of this would light up, which is fine. That shows you that the gun is on. And yeah, I'm just really pleasantly surprised with the quality of it. So what we'll do is we'll properly charge this battery all the way. We will use the same X-Shot balls, the .23, the ones we use in all the FPS testing to make it as fair as possible for all the guns. So we'll do it in low and high mode, and then we'll obviously try fully automatic and semi-automatic, and then we'll sit on the porch and aim for the owl. That is the far distance shot. And then we also have the smaller, the candle, the little candle test on by the fire pit. So that one's a little bit closer, and then we do have the further range. Oh, that's cool. The gun will go to sleep. So that's actually kind of a cool feature now that I think about it, because this light can drain the battery. So it is go to sleep. Once it goes to sleep, you hit the trigger once, it'll wake it back up, then you can fire. So I'm glad I saw that. Whoops. Because that's actually fumble. That's actually kind of a cool feature. So I like that. So far, so good. Very ergonomical. Feels really good in the hand. Fire it one-handed. As far as the aim, you basically want to follow the shots, honestly, in my opinion. I mean, it is technically clear. You could kind of aim with it, kind of put this in the center of your target. I get that, so it shouldn't be too bad. So without further ado, let's get the battery charged, and then we'll be outside with the FPS test, and we'll shoot this bad boy, and then at the end, we'll see how much it hurts. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we charged this gun up. We put the X-Shot, the .23 rounds in here, the same ones we use in all the FPS testing to make it as fair as possible. So without further ado, we'll start with a little shooting. So it's in max mode, single fire. We're gonna prep it, and we're gonna try to hit the owl. That's the range test. It's pretty far. You can zoom in a little bit to make sure to see if we can hit the owl, just a little bit at least. Here we go. There's a little bit of a breeze. That's a person. I think the tree is about what a person is. You're going to hit them all day long. But this is a very hard accuracy test, especially with a little bit of wind. I hit it like 2 or 3 times there. Obviously, let's try fully automatic. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Okay. And then closer range, we'll try the candle. Oh yeah, all day long. As I'm missing. Yeah, you can hit that for sure. So not bad. So now let's test the performance. We'll put it in single fire. This is the button pushed all the way in. We do have the Ace-Attack. It is on, really quickly, it is on 0.75 millimeter round and then 0.2 weight. So we've set the same weight in millimeter round because it's the same round to make it as far as possible. Make sure you get a good shot. I'll keep it about 1 inch like usual. Single fire. 126. 138. 137. 35. 31, 32, 135, 143, 137, 134, 136, 143, 146. So it's very consistent. Now let's go fully automatic really quickly. 139, 263, that's not accurate. 129, 131, 31, 140, 143, 138. So pretty consistent. Let's go ahead and unlock it. So this is going to be the slower mode. Let's see how much of a difference there is. 134, 106, 140, 137, 131, 141, 139, 140, 156, 143. I wonder if it's vice versa. So it shows slow with this being out. And this should be fast. Really? I don't know if it's working or not, but it feels faster and it's slow, doesn't it? Like, I don't think it makes a difference, really. Let's hit the chair. It's got a little hit to it. This is definitely the pistol class. This size I would consider pistol class. And not bad, I'd say. I've seen as high as 150. 170 is a little stretch for it. I think this is more like a 150 gun, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I mean, you might get one that shoots 170 consistently. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I did technically review this before, and I messed up the footage. And I was getting like 168, 158, 161, and the average was 161. So I actually got a better result the first time I shot this gun. I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. So keep that in mind. So I think 160, 150 is achievable. I think the 170 is probably the high side, but still good enough performance, definitely to have fun with. I think the off and on gimmicky. Try it both ways, see what works best for you guys. The fully automatic and the automatic works fine. I'll leave it in fully automatic because you could just let off the trigger and stop at any point. So it just makes sense. So without further ado, it is on fully automatic. Candace is going to shoot me in my back. See how much it hurts. We are going to do a decent distance. Right there is fine, honey. I'm going to be the one to go all the way out. Right here, that's about a 20-something foot wire. That's plenty of space. Go ahead. A couple rounds. Ooh, not bad. You could definitely tell you got hit. I would definitely recommend a sweater or a jacket or something, or a sweater, or if you get like that motocross body armor thing, that'd be kind of cool. You could get, different stuff, but honestly, not a bad performer. It's decent. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. For $40, it's on the high side. If this would have been, 25, 30 bucks, would have been better in its realm. For $40, you're entering the faction line of guns, like their pistol. To be more specific, this pistol is $38, and it outperforms. It was getting 180, 170 consistently. Has single fire, triple fire, and fully automatic. Push to talk, hit button, app, bigger, larger capacity, LED capable, so you can change the lights. It just had a lot more feature. A stronger build. The battery was removable in this, a weird kind of connector, but it was removable. Technically, you get to this battery. So honestly, you had this in its price range. You also had this pistol, which was way cheaper, and it shot harder than this. And I feel like it was really good. One of my favorite pistols. Not the top one, but in the top 3 for sure. And I feel like when you have guns like this, it makes it really difficult to say this is $40 when this is $22. The faction, you get a lot of features for $40 basically. So this is kind of hard. Now the cool part is, let's say you don't have Amazon, or you don't have a big Walmart store or something by your more rural area, and there's Dollar Tree in a lot of rural areas, and you can pick this up for $40. I'm not saying not to do it, but try to use a coupon or some kind of sale to get it 30, 30, 35. Actually, when I bought this, I got a $5 coupon for the points. So if you build up your points, you get, you know, 10 bucks off or 15 bucks off or whatever. That's a much better deal in my opinion. If you're gonna buy it, you know, I would do something like that or wait for a sale. But it's tough to stay at 40. Not to say it doesn't work and it's not a lot of fun. But you think you buy a couple of these, that's 80 bucks. That's tough. And especially, to be 100% honest with you, that sale that they have in Walmart, I don't know how they're able to do it. The Lightning Pro, which was the second or third best performing gun I've ever had, for $19. You get 2 for $38. I don't know how they're doing it. It was still valid yesterday, so that just makes it even harder. Granted, a lot of people might not be able to get that or whatever, but like, so this has a lot going for it. Just keep in mind, try to get it for a better deal. At 40 is tough for me. Not to say that doesn't do well. So that's the conclusion on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.